Oh shit, do you hear sirens?
And here we are, the least we could do. Here are your hosts, Dwayne and Jimmy.
Okay, just right off the bat, great job.
I
good
knew this
energy.
was coming.
But Jimmy and Dwayne.
Oh, Jimmy and Dwayne, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going in alphabetical order.
I'm not starting any fights, but Atkins is my real last name, and that's what we're going with. Okay.
All right, I got you.
No bags.
Jimmy
New
and Dwayne.
rule. New rule. No paper bags. I told you, no paper bags.
That's wire hangers. And what am I going to put my White Claw in?
Okay.
Oh, I know. This fancy World Beard and Mustache Championships koozie.
Okay, while I talk about what I'm drinking, once again, Austin Seltzer, I've messaged them 3 times this week to try and obtain a sponsorship from their fine establishment. I'm starting to think it's a front for some sort of mafia operation. They just have a street. Have you been to their website? They have little to no information about the product, about how it came to be, who owns the place. But I don't care. I still love them. Austin Seltzer, give me free seltzer and let me talk about your fine beverage. And then listen, I want to tell people about this. I want to tell people so badly about this wonderful seltzer and where I get it. But that place that I get, they get 2 12-packs a week. 2 12-packs a week. And there's one other guy in the neighborhood that buys the other 12-pack. And I mean, this one, I got lucky. I got the last one. Anyway, we got Austin Seltzer. Maybe one day, the pending sponsor. They're not a sponsor yet, but one day. Okay, what are you drinking, Dwayne?
I'm in honor of hard seltzer night is what I've come to call it. I'm drinking. This is my first hard seltzer. It's a White Claw, black cherry flavor. I bought a few, and my wife said I had to drink all 3 on the show.
Now that looks like a regular circumference, like regular beer size circumference to that can. That's not one of those little skinny ones. I have a problem drinking the skinny cans. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. This is my first one, like I said.
Okay.
It is 19. Oh wait, no.
But hold that up.
One pint plus 3.2 ounces.
Hold it up to your head. And let me see the size of that can. Yeah, see, I think they're the same. They are the same size circumference. Would you agree, Kyle?
Nope.
Circumference-wise, yes.
Negative. No, they're totally not circumferentially the same.
Circumference. Oh, you think his is bigger?
No.
We're talking girth here, Kyle.
Yours is girthy. Yours is more girthy.
Yours is more girthy, Jim. Jimmy's.
You ever touched a hard seltzer's can that one of those skinny ones that everybody's using, the white clawsies?
No.
That's what I'm talking about. The skinny cans. It's like smoking a Virginia Slim or one of those. You ever had a girlfriend that smoked the Capris? You know?
Oh yeah,
and you ran out of your smokes. You had to smoke one of her little, and it's like smoking a toothpick. It's weird. It's just you don't know what to do with your hands. There's like. Yeah,
we used to rip the filters off of Capris and twist up the ends and pretend they were pinner joints.
Well,
I think I stole a cigarette from my grandma once, and it was one of those, and it was like this long, you know.
Yeah,
and you're just like, how do you?
a 120.
Those are like 300s, man.
Kyle, what are you enjoying tonight?
So I didn't know it was seltzer night. I didn't get the memo. So I'm enjoying some. It's not that great. I'm not into it that much, but I'm still gonna sip on it. But it's a single malt whiskey.
What did we learn? What did we learn about last week and Dwayne on whiskey?
Well, that's the thing. Is like Dwayne isn't allowed to be on whiskey.
Yeah, no more whiskey for Dwayne during the show.
I didn't find that it was that. I went back and watched the show, and I think you guys are making more of it than it actually was.
No. You were fine during the show. It was the post show. Like immediately you went to "I love you guys," and then like
so good.
Like one of the reasons why I didn't talk to you all this week is because you just laid a lot of heaviness on my shoulders. You know, it was like, you got to understand, you know, I'm locked family here. This is the only thing I've got going.
Come on.
I'm telling you that, you know, this is it's all on you guys to make sure that this is successful so that we can do this for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Kyle, you felt that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a hard hitter. He goes deep. All right.
That's right. That's a true statement.
He hits
deep.
I'm talking to you right now, Dwayne. I got you, bud.
I'm looking at you in the eyes.
Yeah, but look, this is the thing. I came out of my cave. I had been watching the reality that is the real world projected on my walls, and I had an idea of what was going on. And then I said to you guys, I said, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to interact with the public and get back out there. I think that I can start to have a sense of humor about life again. I mean, I was in a real dark and dismal place, you know, so much so I went on.
That's how I remember that conversation going last week was you dumping your heavy emotional baggage on us and me trying to reciprocate and you not caring, which is fine. I get it. I get it.
No, you were misunderstanding my point. What I'm saying is you just can't drink whiskey during the show. That's it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
You're about to, but
okay,
because I said that, you're gonna now pour yourself a whiskey. I know
I'm going to very shortly.
Well, anyway, it's the least we could do, and we get together on Sundays, tentatively now, because now Kyle, the producer, has got problems with Saturdays. He thinks he's going on dates.
All right, look, this is what I told Kyle earlier, and I understand his need at his age to sow his oats. Okay, and I get it. Saturdays are a good day for that. I don't know about Sundays.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
I say we put it up to our fans, to our listeners.
Okay.
What night they would like to hear us on.
Do me one favor, two inches away from the microphone on your mouth hole.
Got it.
And then second, what's up, Becky? Becky's already chiming in, and yeah, we do want those stories. And speaking of stories, we are gonna do something. Are we gonna be able to do it tonight? Are we able to do the Zoom, Kyle?
Let's Zoom. I'm gonna post a link here soon. I might, if that doesn't work, we're gonna just give you a link to the thing here. We'll get you in on this. If you get your camera going, get your mic going.
Kyle, but before we do that, I just want to make sure that we have if we do give someone the link to the StreamYard and they come into the stream, we have the ability to kick them off whenever we're ready.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Kyle's got the ultimate control. But look, this is supposed to be a public forum. This is not just Dwayne rambling on about whatever it is that comes to his mind, or me with, you know, like sentient points about, you know, what's happening philosophically, or, you know, economically, or, you know, capitalism versus socialism. You know, this is not about, you know, what's in my head. This is about what's in y'all's head. So we're going to put that link up. I don't know where it'll be, but look for it. It's probably going to be on the old Facebooks. Oh my God. Who just let me have that screen on? We missed a wonderful opportunity. It was just my Google home screen. Anyway, so we're going to click on that link, and we're going to have you tune in and talk to us. Also, we need a drinking word of the night. Think about what it's going to be while I introduce our guests for the evening.
I got a drinking word of the night.
He's going to be here in a little bit. Okay, Dan French. He is a rhetorician, rhetorological,
rhetorist,
a doctor of rhetoric. He's got a PhD, and he's a very funny comedian here in town. He probably hasn't been on stage for a while, like many of the comedians that are craving some stage. But he's also a writer, producer, an author, and he's got a book coming out called "The Revenge of the Marriage Counselor's Ex." I believe I said that right. That's going to be coming out soon. He's going to talk to us a little bit about that. But I wanted to have him on because he's got a sense of humor, but he's also smart on rhetoric. And what a week of rhetoric. Am I right, Dwayne?
What is rhetoric, Jimmy? Explain. Can you define rhetoric for us?
Yeah, of course I can. Rhetoric, spelled with an H, RH. It's silent. And so rhetoric,
the H is silent.
Well, it's the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, especially the use of figures of speech and other compositional techniques. So he's going to throw lots of stuff at us. But I'm not a trained rhetorician. But what's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey Woodworks in the house.
Jeffrey Woodworks for your finest bowls.
And
serving platters.
He put some pictures of his spalted maple up, and it just warmed my cockles, So Dan French is going to be joining us in a bit, probably about 8:30. I'm still trying to talk to. We've got a new correspondent for Ancient Astronaut Theorist University.
Friend, I don't know that we've plugged Ancient Astronauts Theory Unit. It's so hard to say.
Ancient Astronaut Theorist University.
AATU.
There you go.
We haven't plugged it as much as we should be, I think.
They are a sponsor. They are making alien education available to everybody. So if you haven't liked the page, what did I say?
I don't know.
What's John? What do you think you're doing, John?
Stop reading the comments.
Just stepping in here.
I'm sorry. Jimmy. I'll stop putting
yelling at me.
I disrupted you.
What is he saying that I said already? Is it, the drinking word is what?
Drink.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. What is the drinking word?
Drink.
Well, you just put drink up
drink
on the screen, so I figured
I did. I didn't pick it yet. I was just saying. I was reminding you to pick one.
Oh, I think what that was a graphic so that if we had said the drinking word, he would have.
Yeah.
They said the drinking word of the night.
Obviously, the first thing we should do is pick a drinking word of the night.
Okay, well, think about it. I don't know what we can do.
How about seltzer?
How about school? And that perfectly leads us into the first thing I want to talk about. Like, how was your week, Dwayne? You had a stressful week. It was the return to school. Your daughter is
stressful at all.
Your daughter is how old?
6.
6. So she's in what? 8th grade?
First grade.
First grade.
Thank the gods that she's in first grade, because if she had to go through this at a much more advanced grade level, I don't know that I could handle being her teacher. I can do first grade. It's a lot of coloring.
You're not being hit with any hard concepts, right? We're doing simple arithmetic at this point, vocab. Yeah. They're not even learning like history or
ELA. No, well, they're not.
Oh, but your daughter is.
Some kids are, yeah.
Because you're teaching.
My daughter's getting
okay. So you're doing supplemental education, but so day one, which they started it on Thursday.
Yeah,
or was it Friday?
Thursday.
Who
Thursday
started
day one?
The school
we had a
on a Thursday. Number one.
I'll tell you how it went. We had a meet the teacher on Tuesday night. This was the most stressful thing, probably the entire week, was that we had to meet the teacher on Tuesday night. I realized I was wearing a shirt that I purchased at the beginning of the pandemic that said, "Ever since Prince died, shit's been weird.
Right.
So I was kind of ducking down in the camera shot so you couldn't see shit, you know. And then Thursday was the first day of school. Schedule starts at 7:35 in the morning. And their first Zoom class, there was 3 Zoom meetings throughout the day. The first one was at 10:20, and right before it started, I realized I was wearing the same shirt still. So I had to go and change real quick. Not that I was going to be on camera or anything, but so yeah, it's not terrible, you know. She's in first grade. It's not that complicated, you know.
How does it work? The teacher is on the Zoom, and how many students were in there with her?
I want to say it's like 20, 22 students maybe in the class on the Zoom.
Right.
I mean, it's difficult. It's hard for them to get used to. They're in first grade, so they do a lot of counting out loud and whatnot, and it's hard to do on a Zoom, man. Because if one kid fucks up and says the wrong number, it throws them all off, and then nobody says anything. And then I realized that the easiest way to keep her attention focused on the teacher is to put it on speaker view, because gallery view was not working.
Right.
My kid's a stickler for the rules, and it was, Dad, this kid doesn't have his mic muted. And I'm like, speaker view. So, yeah, it's not bad. It's not terrible.
All right.
I got to do it for 9 weeks, but that's the worst part about it.
9. What?
Yeah.
Why 9 weeks? Oh, that's when they go back to school?
Well, before the school year started, they had us all decide if we were going to have our kids there in person or if we were going to do at home. And the only at home option was 9 weeks. So eventually they came out and said that they were going to do the first 3 weeks virtual for sure. And then after the first 3 weeks, the parents that picked for their kids to go to school, their kids are going to go to school. And then my kid, since we picked virtual for the first 9, she's going to stay home for the first 9 weeks. And then we can decide, does she go to school or does she stay virtual?
Yeah. So. I was talking about this with one of our clients at the shop. She's a teacher, and I guess she's in a different county. So they've got different things going on in different counties.
Yeah. But, different ISDs.
She's like, we're going virtual for a while, but then they're saying that we're going to do some virtual, some at home, and they're like switching. So like 3 days on 1 week, 2 days on for another group, and then swapping. Yeah. But then they're the ones that are at home are doing it online. So you got a teacher that's got to focus on the people that are in the classroom and also play to the camera for the online learning at the same time.
It's got to be a nightmare for high school students because they're in Zooms all day on a regular high school schedule. Like they have to show up to every class on Zoom.
I don't know. I mean, I would have granted. Okay. I just went back to school a couple years ago, finished up my degree at I got to ACC, and then I finished up down at Texas State, right?
Texas State University.
That's right, Bobcats, eat them up, cats. But roll Tide, you know. So, but I went to every class. I got to tell you, if I was doing an online class, even when I'm paying for it, this is free education we're talking about, you know, with these kids going to high school, elementary. You know, this is it's not granted by the Constitution, but man, we did a good thing with public education. Kind of fell off the rails in the last 15, 20 years, but man, I think we can get it back. Once Elizabeth Warren is Secretary of Education, you know, we're going to start seeing some changes. But so, you know,
this is why teachers should get paid like athletes and athletes should get paid like teachers.
What? Yeah. Yes, John. Yes, Alabama. Roll.
Here we go.
Tide.
Becky's probably going to come in. She's an LSU fan, so I'm pretty sure.
Of course.
I mean, everybody that lives in Louisiana is an LSU fan.
If she types in Tiger Bait and you put it up there, Kyle, you are under contract for 5 more years.
Hey, they are.
He thought I was going to say
reigning national champions, sir. I'm not an LSU fan, but they are the reigning national champions. So show a little bit of respect, huh?
Yeah. I don't care about LSU, and the only thing the only memory I have of
playing
LSU,
college football this year anyway. I mean, half of these conferences are shutting down.
SEC, the ACC, and
whatever whatever the Longhorns play in.
Yeah, those are the only conferences that are committed to playing. Most of the SWAC dropped out. I think.
What is the SWAC?
The Southwest Athletic Conference.
SWAC sounds whack.
The CUSA dropped out. And why are they doing it? It's because their kids, man, we hear about it all the time. You can put your Tigers where you put Tigers there, Becky. And so look, this is the point.
Hey, speaking of Tigers, I saw old Carol Baskin was in the news recently.
What is our drinking word again?
Drink. You just said it.
School.
Oh yeah, school.
Oh, okay.
I should probably down this.
Welcome back to school, to your little one. Welcome back to school to all the other little ones. Now, I would love to hear some parents' opinions as to.
You said it twice, and you didn't drink.
How it's going now that their kids are going back. I feel like school is being used as a daycare, and if nothing else, during this pandemic, we should have figured out that some of your kids are jerks and probably need a little bit more discipline. And if you can't handle them at home while you're on your Zoom meeting for work, well, then maybe we should discipline the kids a little harder so that they aren't, wasting resources that the teachers are tired.
Here you go. I'll give you a taste of that experience. My daughter's best friend and her parents just moved in across the street from us. So after classes on Friday, she came over to play, and they were upstairs. My wife's office is across the hall, kind of kitty corner from my studio office.
Whoa.
Kitty corner, catty corner. I don't know, man. I hear both. I don't know which one's right, so I interchange the two. But anyway, my daughter's bedroom's right across the hall from my wife's office, bathroom in between, and my daughter's little friend from across the street was taking a dump with the door open and singing at the top of her lungs. My wife's on a.
What was her poop song?
I don't know. I was downstairs playing PlayStation. Okay. All I could hear is my wife scream, "Shut the door! I'm on a Zoom." And then I hear this 6-year-old little girl scream back, "I'm pooping." It was hilarious.
Hey, we got a phone call.
What's
up, Wilbur?
Wilbur, are you there? Wilbur?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Wilbur? Can you hear me, Wilbur? Stop
touching that mic. It's popping. Wilbur. Popping. Hey, Kyle, are you there? Did Kyle abandon us? It was after I told him that he was hired for 5 more years. He ran. He just called Wilbur, put him on the line.
Wilbur's not the replacement, is he?
Yeah, Wilbur's going to be our producer from now on. Anyway, we're working out some of the kinks. In just a few minutes, we're going to have Dan French on the phone. What kind of rhetoric have we been seeing this week? What I'm seeing right now, because look, we dropped some hot news on Monday with what was his name? Kamala Harris, the wrestler.
Kamala.
He passed away on Monday, right?
He did. And I am still angry with you for that, because that was the first text I saw when I woke up in the morning that Kamala Harris died. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it's not a funny joke. And I was got. Somebody got me and I got mad and I went out and immediately just
got
trolled
other people. Yeah, I see how it goes.
Because I was like, oh my God. Listen, the text from this was Austin that texted me, like, first thing in the morning on Monday is Kamala Harris died. And I was like, oh my God, they killed her. It was the first
honestly, that was my first thought too.
I was like,
when I
oh
woke
my
up
God,
and saw the text from you.
The Clinton machine is strong. They took her out.
You immediately went Clintons
or Soros, or I mean, Trump would have bungled that thing, So
I don't know, man. He's got the power of the military behind him. He got that Iranian or whatever, dude.
More scary than the military would be Blackwatch, which is Betsy DeVos's brother's company, which is the private military that we currently have.
Oh, you know what I saw on Twitter earlier today was that there was a protest outside the U.S. Postmaster General's house.
Why?
Because he was destroying the post office, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
The Joy guy or whatever.
Dwayne, I mean, Kyle, do we finally have Wilbur on the phone?
I believe so. If you can hear me, you should be able to hear him.
Wilbur,
are you the walrus?
Yo, I am a walrus.
Are you the walrus, Wilbur? Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Too hot. It's too hot. I'm doing good.
Good to see you, man. Or good to hear you anyway, and see your walrus face. You got any homeschooling going on at your house, Wilbur?
More than enough. We've got 3 teachers. I have been.
Yeah. Now, how is Mom back to teaching?
They are doing meetings.
Okay, but they haven't started school yet.
Oh yeah, there's my 2 nephews just moved in. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
Okay. Now, how are you? Are you holding up during this pandemic? Are you sane?
Oh yeah. No, they haven't started school. I think they do online next week.
Okay,
gotcha. Are you having to take trips out to the van to smoke weed and whatnot now, Wilbur?
Oh yeah, I'm saying
he's listening to us on the internet, I think, while talking to us on the phone. You got to turn your radio down, and you got to listen to me when I talk to you here, Wilbur, because we miss you and we hope you're doing well. That ridiculous walrus outfit that you're in, I hope to see it again on January 1st when we do the polar plunge again over there in Barton Springs. And I thank you for listening, and you're our new Matchbox 20 correspondent. Congratulations to Wilbur. He's our Matchbox 20 correspondent. Hang up on him. Oh, with the delay.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out this
pauses were longer than normal. My buddy Caleb's listening to us. He's over in Ohio. He says, "Hey, just saw Paul. I believe he's out and about in public." And I'm sure we're gonna. Ivy, go to bed. Go to bed. How was school? Ask her how school was this week.
Hey, Jimmy wants to know how school was this week.
It was good.
How's your teacher?
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You're fishing
good.
for compliments. Let her go. Just she wants to go to bed and brush. She wants to brush her teeth and go to bed.
She does.
All right.
She definitely doesn't want to talk to you.
Wilbur, thanks for coming on. And then, so we've got a situation here where we've got a virus that is out and about, right? So you've been staying home. You guys have been getting your groceries to go and staying home. You're teaching your kid at home. I had to go out today. I had to go out, and it kind of terrified me. It's not that I'm terrified. It's just I don't
You go
like
to work almost every day. Like, why is it terrifying you to go out?
No. I wear a mask when people come into the shop, and around the shop we wear masks when we're together. You know, when I'm in the office by myself, I pull the mask off. You know,
right.
Now, technically, I guess I probably shouldn't do that. Should have it on, because what if I sneeze while I'm in there and then some droplets are flying around and then somebody walks into anyway.
The mask is not meant to protect you. It's meant to protect others. So theoretically, you never know when somebody's going to walk into the office. So you should be wearing your mask at all times. So you're kind of a jerk.
Yeah, I'm kind of a jerk. But then you go to a restaurant. You know, the other day I went and picked up some to go, and all the servers, the bartender, they're all wearing masks. But then there's people sitting at these tables over here. Oh, this martini or margarita is so delightful. And no masks. So 3 or 4 people sitting within 6 feet of each other. They're within inches of each other, and they're chit-chatting. And then because once they're sitting down, it's like base. It's like, I'm sitting on base. I don't have to wear a mask. And then I just don't like the optics of having somebody in a mask looking at me and taking my order. And then so anyway, I went to a food truck. I invited these people that are in from out of town, good friends of a friend of mine, good friends of a good friend of mine. And now they're my good friends. And despite I found out halfway through the conversation that they were Trump supporters. So that now I don't know why.
Hold on 1 second. Does that have to end the conversation?
No, it doesn't end the conversation, but does
it taint the conversation for you?
I don't know. I think my worry, like if they were like, oh, I totally believe that this is real and masks are important, but you know, we're sitting drinking beers, so you can't drink a beer through a mask. You know, when's somebody going to invent that?
Oh, but you can. I saw some video of a couple at a restaurant with their masks on, but there was a slit where their mouths were, so they could, not for straight. I mean, you could get a spoon in it, so they could eat with their masks on.
Let me tell you what. You figure out where you're going to put that spoon. Okay, let's get Dan on the phone, Kyle. You got Dan? Oh, I can't hear you, Kyle. What's Dan?
What?
What is up? Everybody.
What's going on?
Oh, hold on. You're not here yet. Hold on. No.
Here. It says I'm in the.
He looks like he's here.
You're here. Here we go.
Yeah.
And Dan French.
There. I'm in. I have to have proper introduction.
So Dan
elect me into existence.
Dan French and I have rubbed elbows on the comedy scene. I quit comedy, Dan. I just couldn't do it.
In general, like you're not funny anymore?
I just said I'm never going to be funny ever again.
Professional comedy.
Well,
you knew him when he was funny?
Whoa, look at that. Your co-host taking a shot at you right off the top. Is that going to be that kind of shot?
Yeah, lots of zingers. That's what
Lot of
we're
zingers.
known for. This is like the morning zoo of Saturday night. So
Trying to
I
figure
hate
where
that
that. Yeah.
description, by the way.
Okay.
yeah, I hate it too. Dan is a comic. You've taught a lot of folks how to be better at comedy. But not only that, you got a long history in the biz as a writer for fellas like Dennis Miller. If I could drop from the Dennis Miller show.
D. Miller.
And-
yeah.
Yeah. So
Miller.
you guys talk daily, you and Dennis?
Oh yeah, we're close.
Yeah.
We were close during the show. I think I talked
Was
to him twice.
was that the HBO version of the Dennis Miller show?
No, this was the show after that, the CNBC version
Oh yeah.
that he had for about 2 years.
Well, if it
Same
hadn't,
staff, all the same writers and everybody.
show would still probably be on if it wasn't for him telling that harebrained story about him riding in a chopper and like saving people.
Easy, Jimmy. Wrong guy.
Who was that?
That was my wife's uncle.
Brian Williams.
Yes.
Matt, was that Matt? Brian Williams.
Matt
Matt Lauer. But then
No,
he would have been banging the, rubbing his. Hey,
He would have
how
been
clean
fucking
are
the
we?
pilot.
There we go.
That's why
He'd
the
been
helicopter got
rubbing his
shot.
dick on the back of the pilot's helmet.
Like I like the way you're flying this Huey. Now, Dan, you got a book coming out, and the title of it, did I get it right? Were you listening earlier? Is
I
the
was not listening earlier.
Revenge of the Marriage Counselor's
Ex-husband, yeah.
Ex-husband.
That's
Okay. So what is this coming from a place of where's this coming from? What's this all about?
I'm trying to put it together in my head.
Your interview skills, Jimmy, they're so you're like just bringing me in. Like I feel taken care of.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I'm coddling you right now. You're like I'm swaddling you.
So yeah, I was married to a therapist. I was married to a psychotherapist, marriage counselor for 10 years. And then, we broke up. So it's the comedian and the ex psychotherapist. I guess she's still a psychotherapist.
Now, a lot of people say opposites attract, right?
Mhm.
Is this one of those cases?
No, not at all. We weren't opposites. She's actually she's not funny, but she loves comedy. She loves to laugh. Big personality. She's cool. She's fine. But yeah, I don't know. There was at a point like when we were living in LA that she was writing for, or I was writing for Best Damn Sports Show period, which is Tom Arnold, professional idiot. And she was running a support group for really old survivors of the Holocaust.
Ooh.
I'm like, we are literally the masks of tragedy and comedy right now.
This is the post Roseanne years of Tom Arnold, right?
Yeah, Tom Arnold. He's actually pretty funny. He's actually talented.
He is hilarious. Is he lazy? I mean, what, and the whole like always jacked up, is that an act, or is that
No, that's him. That's him. He's not like, I mean, he amplifies it on camera, but he's always kind of jumpy and antsy and ADD, kind of all over the place. But
I feel like
I didn't mind that guy.
I feel like it can disarm people, and they're just like watching his movements instead of paying attention to what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a certain charm about him. He can tell a joke. I don't know. That was kind of the thing. Like she got more and more serious, and I got paid to be less and less serious. So at certain points, like this is no longer a juncture.
Right.
He had sports guys come in as co-hosts on that show, didn't he?
On which one? The one I
on
was
that
on?
Best Damn Sports Show.
Yeah, we had a main host, Chris Rose, who is a sportscaster guy, real talented, still at Fox, I think, Fox Sports. And then Arnold was the comic relief, and then we had John Sally from the NBA. Was one of the
Sally's
guys.
good.
John Kruk, who was awesome from the
One
Phillies.
ball, right?
Yeah, he actually got that while we were there. He had to have surgery, and
Now, did he
half
have
a man.
torsion? Was it torsion, or did he have testicular cancer?
I don't know, man. I didn't really
didn't-
follow the whole medical history.
This
knew
is
he was
important stuff. I mean, I don't know.
He walked to the left. That's all I know. He kind of leaned to the left all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that means he's right-handed, probably. So, the thing is, I have night terrors. I have to wake up several times during the night to make sure that I'm not experiencing torsion. This is a
What the hell's torsion?
it's when your testicle twists.
That's a hernia,
and then-
Jimmy.
No, and then it loses blood flow, and then your testicle can
you have
die.
a dead testicle. You have a dead stickle.
What are you using it for anyway? Just let it
Have a
die.
dead testicle. Really, Jimmy. What's the loss?
Let me tell you this. I recently had a friend start going real like Buddha on me, and I probably align more with Buddhism than I do the other things. But he started talking about how if you expel your seed, you're losing your bioforce or your energy, and
Thank
you're
God, I got to get rid of it somehow. It's just too
Yeah.
much.
I unfollowed him. I was like, "Get your ideas out of my world. I don't want to hear anything about that." But words are important, right, Dan?
People's ideas are fascinating. It's fascinating how fucking weird people get.
And we were just talking about it this week. Kamala Harris brought in as the VP nominee, but
Who?
You know,
Kamala.
What?
The only one that
He
that
picked
could
a VP?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the rhetoric, and I'm saying rhetoric. We probably should have used rhetoric as the drinking word of the night, but anyway, the rhetoric that we're hearing.
I'll say it a bunch if you start me talking about it.
And then on the rhetoric on the left, the rhetoric on the right. Was it surprising to you, or did you know that this is what we were going to hear?
What do you mean, Kamala?
Yeah. Like with people saying, "Oh, she's too ambitious. Oh, she's not even black enough. Oh, she's half Indian. Oh, she's not even a citizen of this state because she was born to immigrants." Yeah, like and then oh, she put a bunch of people in jail for marijuana crimes and all this stuff. Like all this stuff. Is that rhetoric? Or am I missing what rhetoric is?
It's ad hominem
Mhm.
rhetoric.
Mhm.
It's just, I mean, the Republican Party is just the ad hominem party. They just attack. It's all slander. That's all they do.
And it's just attack, and then as soon as you conquer whatever they're attacking with, they just come with another attack.
You can't conquer attacks. Like, as soon as you start talking about the shit that they introduce, you lose. Like, they should never even respond because it's just silly. The fact that we're talking about it right now, silly.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, Dwayne hates it when I talk about politics. So
I love politics.
I mean,
Jump in it.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious when we watch what's going on. It's like a childhood sandbox, you know, that we're seeing these people battle it out, and then then you add on the Facebooks. When you get on the Facebooks, that's probably more important than what we're hearing on the mainstream media. What we're seeing on Facebook. Are you as open on your Facebook? Do you have a broad, diverse group of friends that you can ingest their thoughts, or do you close it down?
No way. I do not want access to that side of the world. I do not want to have access to me. No way. Like I just follow funny people. If they're funny, I don't care what your beliefs are. I'll follow you. And then if you're a lefty, like I have no desire to talk to anybody on the right.
Okay.
It's not a discussion. Okay. So my other background. So I was married to I don't know. Did you get my background, Jimmy?
No. Did you send it to me?
I don't know. Probably not. You didn't ask for it.
I didn't ask for it.
I have a PhD in rhetoric. So I taught persuasion and public talk and political talk for years in college. And like it's literally just a chess game. Right? And nobody knows they're playing this chess game. They just jump in and they start playing it as if the game is set, as if these are the pieces that they have to use, as if they have to follow the rules, and it's silly. Like the right knows exactly how you're going to respond when they do something. And then people just do it. They just respond like that. I'm like, you've lost the game. Like the nice thing about rhetoric is you get to make up the rules every time. Like you don't have to follow their moves, but the left does. They just respond to these topics that they introduce as opposed to just ignoring them and changing the topic.
So how do we identify these tactics? And then do you think it's healthy to unfriend the people that are on your Facebook, or are you like me? You keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I tend to approach Facebook more like a journalist than a social activity.
Sure. I think there's an entertainment value, to listen to that stuff. I think I've had a lot of these discussions over the last 2 or 3 years because of Trump. I mean, the internet, social media has allowed very typical propaganda techniques and fascism to have a voice, a national voice. That's never happened in America before. Like this rhetoric has always been here, but it's never had any foothold. It's always been in like somebody's basement, some fucking idiot.
It's never had the huge footprint that it has now.
Yeah, there's no way to get it on the national TV. Like the news wouldn't carry that shit.
Well, you had to hand flyers out on a street corner.
Yeah, you had flyers, and that's where it should be. It should not be in the national discussion.
It used to be the only uniform for it was a white hood and the robe, and that was socially unacceptable. But then now it's got a New Jersey, and that's the MAGA hat, And if you ever have you seen some of these truckers driving down the road with their Trumpy bears?
Yeah, I saw Trumpy bears. My favorite was the biker chick the other day with her tits,
with the painted up Trump 2020.
Yeah.
Man, as a motorcycle rider and a former member of that community, I just can't see being in Sturgis for this. It's just so weird, man. I don't know.
Dan's a big motorcycle guy.
I feel bad for the people in that town in one way. I mean, I know they depend on that rally every year to kind of make those year-long residents survive. But man, it's going to fuck them in the long run,
Yeah, it's going to be a major spreader event. Dan, have you been to any of these spreader events?
You talking virus spreader?
Yeah.
I haven't been out of the house really for the last 4 months. I go to the grocery.
But I feel, and I don't know if I've said this, but like I was in a bit of a fog coming into 2020, and I felt like I was lifting out of my, I don't want to say it was depression. Oh, you know what? I'll say it. It was a depression. I was just not, and so I was in a conflict of self, and then this happened, and a lot of my livelihood, like all my side gigs during South by, fizzled up. The prospect of live music work is gone. But I was, they said, everyone stay home. We got a stay-at-home order. And I was fine with it. How about you?
I live at home anyway. I mean, I work. You know, I was probably 70% work from home anyway. We have an office for this marketing company marketing agency that I'm a partner of. That's 5 minutes from the house, and sometimes I would go in, but that was only like if it was a new client or somebody we had to meet. So I was already working at home. I miss live, performance. I miss stand up.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to come back until they clean the air. But other than that, it's pretty much me in my room and my 2 kids in the house. So
what do you think of these guys that have been doing like outdoor shows, like drive-in shows? I know Chappelle had that set up out somewhere by his Ohio suburbs.
yeah.
That's
God
pretty
bless
cool,
you,
I
man.
think.
Do whatever you can. Outdoor stand-up is horrible. I've actually done drive-ins. I've done stand-up at a drive-in. I think I've done stand-up everywhere. But it's awful. Nobody can hear you. Everybody's sweating. There's bugs. It's bad.
Yeah, especially Texas in the summer. That would suck.
Oh my God. Can you imagine
it's
doing stand-up
110
outside?
today.
Yeah, the only
No
thing
way.
worse than comedy outside is watching the performance of a live band in a venue with no audience, and them finishing the song like dun dun. There's nothing. It's like at least let the camera guy clap. Give him something.
Love it.
The only thing I've enjoyed, I think, is UFC. Like MMA fights with no crowd are kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't need the crowd at all. Like golf, I watch golf on Sundays just in the background while I'm working, and not having a-holes yell out "You the man" or whatever after every shot. It's been great.
You're the man, Tiger.
The basketball and baseball is kind of creepy with the cardboard fans.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary, right? I don't know what that adds. Like, did they try?
I don't know. What I did like, I saw at an LA Dodgers game a cardboard cutout of Brody Stevens in the stands, and I thought that was kind of cool.
Brody was the warm-up guy at the Best Damn Sports Show, period.
Oh,
So
no
I
shit.
worked with him
That's cool.
5 days a week for 2 years.
Wait,
wow.
Is Brody Stevens Weekend at Bernie's?
What? Who? Huh?
Who?
What?
Brody Stevens is a great alternative comic out of LA that
never heard of
was around forever, and everybody loved him. And
he passed away last year, right?
Yeah, he committed suicide last year.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
why?
That really hit the community hard. He was one of those guys that everybody loved. Good dude.
Yeah.
Dan French. He walk in there to Dan French, writer.
Now you did some other. You were on some other late night shows, right?
Yeah, I started Best Damn, and then I moved over to the Late Late Show on CBS, which is Corden now.
With Ferguson.
I was there right with Kilborn, right before Ferguson showed up.
Gotcha.
Craig Kilborn.
Craig Kilborn. I like
great a-holes. He was talented. Guy could flow out from script, man.
Is there something you want to blow up while you're here? Was he that big of an a-hole? Is it like Ellen level a-holeness?
No, he wasn't. Like none of these guys. I never really had a bad job in LA, honestly. Like most of those guys.
You're not a chick.
They're just maybe that's it. I don't know. They didn't mistreat me. They just ignored me for the most part. As long as I put in my jokes for the day, they're like, "Who was that guy?" Kilborn just he cruised in, did his work, and cruised out.
He was kind of like the jerk. What wasn't he in something about Sally or something? And he was like, that's him in real life in that movie.
Terrible with movie titles, bro.
He was in Old School. And played
Old School. Yes, he was. Yeah. That's him, right? That like when you watched that movie, you were like, "This is Craig Kilborn."
Yeah, I don't know him personally very well. I mean,
I don't either, but I'm able to say that
he was always
He looked
fairly
like
friendly.
a frat boy for sure.
Yeah. He was, I don't know, like he had some ego and stuff. Here's my favorite story about him. Like we were, he never talked to us. Like he only talked to the head writer and one other guy. And after he decided to quit, he was there for another month. And me and a couple other writers were standing in the break room, and Kilborn cruises in, and I guess he's nervous now because he's lost everybody their jobs. And he looks at us and he's like, I'll miss you most of all. And I'm like, yeah, I wish I could say the same. And he's like, ho, ho, ho. I said, hey, dude, you're no longer the boss. What do you, if you want to play comedian, let's play.
Yeah, right. You come throwing your weight around here, sir. You are fired.
Now,
I liked all the jobs I had. They were all good.
I mean, writing is awesome, and I've had an opportunity to do it with one of the shows that made absolutely no money, but one of the shows that I did, I was the director and the head writer, but that stress, like leading up to the show, granted you were probably a little bit more prepared, but what was the most stressful part show week? And was it a daily show?
It was a daily show.
Yeah.
Every place I worked was a day of 4 or 5 days a week production.
So how's that run? What's that rundown like?
Everything is tight. I mean, you can't have anything loose. There's not going to be any non-professionals because you got to get everything done. Like there's no slowing down the train. The show is going to be shot at 3:30 or 4 or whatever it is, and it's going to be uplinked to the satellite, and it's going to be out in the whole world by that night. So there's no slowing it down, and everybody's good. Like it's LA, everybody's good at their job. If they're not, hey,
they don't last long.
And an hour later, there's a new person.
They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent difference even from professionals there, but even the ones that aren't particularly talented, have the skills to do everything.
Right. Well, Dan, I noticed you're not drinking, even though we've probably said school a couple times. Are you a drinker?
Kyle changed the drinking word to rhetoric on your orders. So
okay. Are you a drinker at all?
What are you drinking there?
It's Austin Seltzer.
Austin Seltzer.
It's so refreshing. Yeah.
Alcohol? Huh.
It's hard seltzer night here, so
4% alcohol, 85 calories.
Here's a joke I wrote today, Jimmy. Tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
It's like a comedian's brand of alcohol. It would be Grin and Tonic. What do you think? Grin and Tonic.
Grin and Tonic.
I don't really drink. I don't really drink anymore.
I hear hard seltzer is good for the keto crowd.
Hey guys,
Keto.
I have Paul on the line.
Who?
Paul E. Hendricks, who said that
Paul
the E
who?
stands for extraordinary.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. He's got a question for Dan.
Who? Say that again.
He said Paul E. Hendricks. His middle name it stands for
Paul.
extraordinary.
Sounds
I think he's on the line
sounds familiar.
currently. Are you there,
All right.
Paul?
He's laid down the gauntlet.
totally
He's got
here.
something to prove.
He's
Paul.
totally
I
Paul,
don't have a question for Dan.
go
I'm
ahead.
just calling out to see sounds on the air. I'm actually at Drinks Lounge in Austin, Texas, with music in the background, and I'm seeing how this sounds. Y'all still sound great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, bud. Do you have a question for Dan? He's a rhetorician.
Dan, I too am a rhetorician.
Is that right?
That is right. Political communication, propaganda, persuasion, specialties and degrees.
Cool.
So,
From
as
where?
a rhetorician, how excited would you be to watch Kamala debate Trump? It's not going to happen, but from a rhetoric standpoint, that would be fascinating.
Yeah, it would. Like somebody who speaks,
Yeah.
at a normal.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Hey, Hey, Paul.
Good
thanks for
to hear
calling.
you, Paul.
Dump.
I got a question.
Oh, you got another question? Go ahead. One more question.
Well, being a student of rhetoric, so I assume you understand the 5 canons of Aristotle, all that. What do you think about the rhetoric used by our commander in chief? The words.
The words. He uses like 7 words.
Yeah, but they're pretty specific.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he has shrunk the lexicon to about 7 words that everybody can get, and he just repeats them over and over again.
Now, when you see something like a tweet he posted a couple days ago about the suburban housewives will still vote for me. So I read through a whole tweet like that, and I ask myself, what is he really trying to say? So when you see that kind of stuff, what is it? Does it strike a poke in you? Does it make you like, what? Why?
Hey,
Jimmy, are you hearing him? He's cutting out on me.
Dump him, Kyle. He's just cutting out a little bit. So I think what he's saying is, what is Trump thinking?
I think what he's saying is when Trump says suburban housewives, who's he talking to?
He thinks he's talking to suburban housewives.
Yeah.
Right. Whoever the hell that is.
He's not.
It's scary though. I just saw a video of a bunch of Vietnamese Americans that are doing a caravan across the country to support Trump. Nice. And there are these groups of minorities
dressed up like a Viet Cong.
They're on tanks with high heels on. It's really weird. But so I am perplexed by my Hispanic family that's down in San Antonio. They're very conservative. I feel like some of it is wanting to distance themselves from the browner Mexicans. Don't quote me on that, but I just said it. And so what is happening, Dan? How do you think this is going to shape up? Are we protected? Are the words going to save us?
Are the words going to save us? Well, here's the thing. Okay, so Trump has lost. Like, he has lost. My 80-year-old grandmother in North Carolina, who is a hostess at Cracker Barrel, hates him, like with a white hot hate, and that just doesn't happen.
Right.
So
yeah.
he has lost, even within his base. He has lost. You're still seeing all this flash. A lot of that, like I was saying this before the election, there's a good, 20%, maybe more of America that all they want to do is just grab the steering wheel and just run this thing over into a tree. Like, they don't care. They hate government. They hate anybody who's, educated and is in government. They hate all of it. And they'll vote for anybody that's going to, just pull that steering wheel. And Trump clearly will pull the steering wheel. So it's really not about Trump,
My boss is on the phone, Dan.
All right. Who's your boss?
Hey, he's a sponsor tonight, right?
Don of Don's Automotive. Does anybody have a bottle of hot sauce? Is Don there, Kyle?
I'm here.
Hey, Don, what's going on? You're on my show.
Hey, I am. I need a plumber and an electrician for the project at the house.
Oh, so this is not show related? You're not listening to my show right now?
No, I wasn't. I was just called to ask you about that, and I got this thing. Call back this number, and then another 2 voices at once.
So, Don, I'm on the phone right now, or we're on our show is Dan French, a writer.
I didn't realize that when I called.
Do you have any rhetoric questions for Dan?
Oh, I don't know. I guess not.
Okay. All right.
I'll let you call me back later. How's that?
Okay, I'll call you back.
Don, I need some hot sauce.
That hot sauce, we love it.
Well, there's probably a bottle or two still at the shop. Is there, Jimmy?
Don't tell people that. They'll break into the shop right now.
Jimmy,
they know I'm not there.
Jimmy, I'm coming to see you on Monday.
Okay. We got some chili piquin. Thanks, Don. We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, that wasn't awkward. I mean, look, your boss calls, you got to take the call, right?
Definitely take the call. You definitely take the call.
He does need a plumber, though, Jimmy, so get on that.
Did you ever see my career track lead to shop manager of a automotive repair shop, Dan? Or did you ever think about my career track? Like, did it ever cross your mind?
I did. One of the things I always liked about you, Jimmy, is that you can do comedy. You have that, in you. You have the entertainment side in you, but you're also not a complete idiot.
Ah, thank you.
Those two, I take it, don't go hand in hand.
Hey, mark that time. Let's get that on one of our promos. Oh man. Well, look, I've probably taken up too much of your time. You're big into health. You're big into wealth. And Dan, I look forward to the book. Do we have a timetable for that? When's it going to the presses?
Actually, I finished the first draft of everything today. It's going to be like a audio course and a book, and I'll just kind of do it as a little bit of everything, just because there's so much material. I mean, it's already 2 hours. Like I did an audio book of it today, and it's 2 hours long. So there's plenty of material to talk about when you start to take apart, your relationships.
It's difficult. I want to have a segment where we call some of my ex-girlfriends and see if there's any hope for me. I mean,
compare beards.
There was times when I it was like, oh, I'm gonna just die alone, and now I'm like, I'm gonna die alone. So
well, really, it's more considerate of everybody else if you just die alone.
If only everybody saw it that way, right?
I mean, it's just rude to die with other people around.
Yeah, or take them out before you go. Don't do that.
If you're feeling
folks.
weak, I'm just saying, if you're feeling weak, just take a boat ride.
I feel like you at least have to have someone to check on you at least once a week, because you don't want to. I mean, if you don't want to be rude, you don't want to leave yourself there dead for too long, because after a month,
you're
going to smell pretty bad.
I saw one of those undercover bosses.
You have neighbors.
And they were with one of those cleaning companies, and they were talking about how quickly the body liquefies in a non-AC environment. So, and then in Texas, oh my gosh,
oh yeah, that'd be quick.
One good afternoon, and you'd be baked.
Yeah.
I figure what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna crawl under somebody's house that I don't like,
or into their air ducts.
I'm feeling really bad. I'm just gonna go maybe to my ex's house. I'll just crawl her under her foundation.
You'd definitely be in East Austin, I would imagine.
Yeah,
so that'd be awesome. Like they call up the exterminator. Like, yeah, there's I found the problem.
All right,
there's a dead guy under your AC.
A good idea. Release the book. The dedication is, hey, what's her name? Let's say it's Debbie. Okay. Hey, Debbie, that smell is me.
That smell is me. That's a really good title. That'd be a good headstone, Jimmy. That smell is me. Good headstone. Good title for an album. I fucking love it. Yeah, you can you can follow me at Goliath's Lounge. Like I started my own brand. It's really just Twitter right now, but I'm going to have a podcast and all this stuff here fairly soon.
Cool.
So Goliath Lounge.
You got the mic for it.
I got the mic. That's right.
That's a good one.
That's all you need, man.
I miss you. I miss hanging out with you. It's always been a pleasure, and you treated me like a fellow human, and I always appreciated that. Dan, thanks for coming on the show. Please let us know when the book's coming out, and we'll share all the links.
Oh,
you got
we'll
any?
definitely plug it.
You got any last minute words of wisdom for the least we could do public?
Vote not Trump. I don't care what you vote for. I don't care if you vote for the dead guy under your house.
Just vote.
I'm really tired of that guy. You know,
you're keeping Kanye in play.
Like, let politics go back to just boring shit that we ignore. You know, that's all I want.
Amen. Amen.
I just want to ignore it. That was my American right as an American to not have to take care of my government. And now I've got to fear my government. It's like,
well,
how did that happen?
Let's take it back to 3 news networks that we can only watch 3 times a day.
Well,
I love it. Yeah.
After the election and after somebody gets inaugurated, I guarantee the next day you will see Trump News Network.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. I don't care if he has his own network. Like, that's already weird. Like, Fox is the whole problem because they got in there before everybody was like, hey, what the hell is this? They literally call themselves Fox. What do Foxes do?
With the history of how CNN has run on cable networks, it won't last long. So, obviously, the Nashville network is no longer around.
So
Trump News Network will fall by the wayside very quickly.
Goliath Laboratories, is that what you said?
Goliath's Lounge. It's a really big lounge.
Goliath's Lounge. Check him out. He's on the Twitter. Dan French, everybody. Thank you, Dan, for coming.
All right, guys.
I'll see you later.
Enjoyed it. All right, buddy.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for accepting my friend request on Facebook as well.
Like, I now have 4 friends.
Yes.
Dan French. Check him out. Goliath's Lounge. Kyle, I've got a couple links up. Unfortunately, they're both about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If you will play those, then we're going to come back from a quick break. Dwayne, how'd that interview go for you?
That was great. I like Dan. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
I watched some of his stand-up earlier today, and it was really good.
And Paul, sorry for hanging up on you. It's nothing personal. The phone was just cutting out. We just had to make it happen. And that's the thing. When we do this phone scan that's coming up here, it's not a phone scan. It's like a Zoom scan. If we hang up on you, it's nothing personal unless it is. So, but Kyle, we ready with that?
It's usually technical, but it could be personal from time to time.
And we'll be right back with some more of The Least We Could Do right after this.
Anyway, I was like, I cannot tattoo a mouth. You can't. What are you gonna tattoo in a mouth? Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it, man. I'm gonna say that. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I had an idea for a tattoo. Want to see if you could draw it up? Maybe get a price quote on it. See if it could be done.
Sure. Hey, I'm sure it could be done.
Good deal.
A sketch pad, man, and tell me what you're thinking about here.
All right. It's gonna be this big scene. It's gonna commemorate my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to watch me when I was a kid.
Yeah, mine too.
So, it's gonna be this huge oak tree.
Okay.
It's gonna be in the desert.
Oh, okay.
And the branches are gonna be like human arms.
Okay.
But like wings.
Gotcha.
And then there's gonna be like on the left side there's gonna be like angels or owls. Yeah, angels or owls.
Okay.
On the right side, Japanese Yakuza, samurai swords, Chinese lettering.
Gotcha. Cool.
The tree has got to be in the desert. My dad took me to the Grand Canyon, so it's got to be in the desert. The tree also has to be aquamarine.
Okay.
The sky, aquamarine.
Aquamarine.
Did I mention it's going to be in the desert?
Yeah.
My dad took me to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, wow.
When I was young. It was amazing.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
The gargoyles, there's going to be flying gargoyles in the sky. They're going to have.
So you want ninjas?
It's Japanese Yakuza. It's like the mafia.
Okay, I got you.
The gargoyles got to be a sky full of gargoyles, and they're all wearing just Roman-plated body armor. And like underneath is going to be like hot chicks, like a ton of hot chicks, like tons of hot chicks. Not too many.
Okay.
But they're going to be anime chicks.
Okay.
I don't want it to look cheesy.
Sure.
Basically, these gargoyles are going to be having sex with these hot chicks.
Okay.
But they're not going to like it a whole lot.
I got you.
But they're going to really, they don't want it, but they do.
They do.
Yeah.
But they don't.
But they don't.
Gotcha.
But they do.
Okay.
All right. And then in the background is going to be smoke and tribal, and it's just all going to blend. yeah, just like blend it in as a smoke and tribal. And I think that would just kind of bring it all together, just blending in with the tree and all that.
So I think you kind of looking for something like that.
No, I have a sketch. Hold on.
You have a sketch?
I
Okay,
have
see what
one.
you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you did. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
All right, let's go. We'll do some paperwork here. And get you out of here as soon as we can.
Tell me we ain't got time. 'Cause time is all that we got. Baby, you're not a dinosaur, 'cause dinosaurs ain't right no more, oh yeah. Oh yeah. If anything, you're a bear, 'cause something not right, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't tell me we ain't got time. Time is all that we got. Baby, you're not a dinosaur, 'cause dinosaurs ain't right no more, oh yeah. Oh yeah. If anything, you're a bear, 'cause something not right, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't tell me we ain't got time. 'Cause time is all that we got.
All right. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Cool. I can't hear me. Anyway, I am looking for a audio technician to come and fix this. I want to be able to hear myself and the stream. We can't figure it out. Kyle's refused to help, and
Kyle has not refused to help. Kyle has gone out of his way to make this easy for you, and you are just negative. You're negative.
And negative Nelly.
You are.
All right. How do we have this set up for video calls, Kyle? Do we have a Zoom link? Do we have a Zoom link for people to get on? I'd just like to give a shout out. I don't want anybody to go and watch it right now, but there is a competing party going on over at the Lost Well. Want to remind everybody we had Nathan Calhoun last week from
We Are the Asteroid.
From We Are the Asteroid on the show, and they have the albums, the We Are the Asteroid albums there at the Lost Well. The proceeds, they just are selling them at cost, or We Are the Asteroid selling them at cost to the Lost Well. Any proceeds are going to the Lost Well. They're having a 7-year anniversary online party tonight. I don't know if it's too late, but they had an online auction for a pretty sweet bike, man. They got a old 1976 Honda that they're auctioning off. I'm in the running. I hope I get it.
Do you know who did the bike?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. What's it look like?
I don't know.
Because I was saying there's a bike shop that I follow that the guy just redid an old Honda, and I was wondering if that was it. It's called Cat Daddy Cycles. Shout out to Cat Daddy Cycles.
There's two things. There was something Rocky Erickson picture, and then there was the bike that was up for auction, and both of them are really cool. I'm a big fan of Rocky Erickson. Are you a Rocky Erickson fan?
I am. Since I moved to Austin, I've become a Rocky Erickson fan.
Yeah, I can't find a picture of it. Anyway, so Kyle, is Kyle? Did he leave again?
No, he's here.
Kyle,
he's behind the spurts of the least we could do.
Do we have a Zoom link on the page or what? No. Oh, we lost his audio. Your audio is bad. We can't hear you.
Your audio is phenomenal, by the way.
Mine?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. You know, I've been working
Oh,
working
that's why
hard.
it's not working. You got to turn it on.
You got to turn on the mic.
You know,
all right.
I wanted to mention that I'm through the White Claw and the Bud Light seltzer.
Bud Light seltzers, I hear, are delicious. I haven't had one myself.
I taste the difference.
I've got somebody on the line. His name is Johnny.
Johnny, give us Johnny.
Yeah, that's me. That's
Johnny.
me. Yeah,
Johnny.
I'm here.
What's up, Johnny?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
hi, Johnny.
Doing well. I am actually a long-time listener, first-time subscriber.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was just questioning everything you had to say tonight.
Okay, like what? Are you questioning what I said or what Dwayne said?
You've said most of the things tonight.
Yeah, you have talked mostly over Dwayne, but that's not important. What is important is your outlook on this world that we live in, and what's important is what do you think is to come overall?
I mean, that's a big question. I mean, that's like what do I see happening in the future? What do I think of our current state? This is what I'll tell you. I think a lot of people have not done enough reading about how this country was founded, what the principles that the country was founded on, and we had some major problems when the country first adopted the Constitution, and it was the states were too powerful and the federal government wasn't strong enough. It wasn't strong enough to levy taxes against the states, and it also wasn't strong enough to raise the money to put together an army. Now we've got that army. We
were strong enough to rebel from Great Britain and England and get our freedom. We were strong enough to do that. So
Yep. But the Constitution itself wasn't enough to sustain. What made it happen was the Bill of Rights. So getting people on board with the Bill of Rights, what I would say is important is for people to go and look at the arguments for it. And I always point people to Madison's contribution to the Federalist 10. If you want the Cliff Notes version, just go and watch Hamilton. But you're going to get more of Hamilton's side of things. But this is the thing.
But what about amendments? Have you talked about amendments?
Feel like
any amendments to the Constitution is a really big deal. So you have to talk about that. You have to cater that into your podcast, right?
Well, okay.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to talk about amendments,
we don't have to cater that into our podcast at all. We can do whatever the hell we want on our podcast. And politics is not supposed to be one of the things that we do on our podcast.
Okay.
We've gotten suckered into it for the last 2 weeks.
Well, it's what we got right now, right?
You want more politics, Johnny? Is that what you're saying?
No. I just wanted to understand your stance on what's going on, if you're going to hold a conference on what relevant in the United States and what's relevant in our country that we fought so hard to, believe in, and what we fought so hard to, come to this point. Like, I want to know, like, your stance on that.
Okay, well, my stance is that we are very divided, and that's what I was talking about. One of the ways they're saying, and going back to the Federalist 10, this is all about protecting a minority from a majority. Okay, and
Federalist 10. I have a question about the Federalist 10, Jimmy. When did the Federalist 10? When was it penned?
And before the Bill of Rights was voted on and enacted.
Okay. And that was what, 1770 something? Something like that. What are we in now?
I mean, you can have all the facts, but what makes sense? Is anybody? That's what anybody's holding on to right now. Is what makes sense.
Well, just stay with me for a quick second in that.
Okay, I'm saying.
The founders were worried about protecting the rich minority from the poor majority. Okay. At that point, we only had 13 colonies. And how could the rich people, because when it comes down to voting, a lot smaller portion of the rich people had voting, had the ability to vote. And then so if everybody else has the right to vote in a free society, how is it that they're not going to be like, hey, let's kill all the rich people, So the answer was this. I'm
waiting for it.
The answer is you gotta divide them up. You gotta divide them up into factions, and you create so many factions that no agreement can be found amongst any of those different groups, so that they're constantly fighting against each other, and that no progress happens, and the rich people are fine and they get to keep their stuff. Okay, so
many factions. Two factions is all it took to screw us all up.
We've got so many factions. You got one person. Look, even with the masks, if we were to talk about masks, which I was talking about this earlier today, you got the fringe on the right side, and you got the fringe.
I've been listening.
The right side is like, this is a hoax. This was a Chinese virus. This is all designs to program us to be controlled. And then you've got the left side who's like, you're not taking the right vitamins. Why isn't anybody talking about boosting your immune system?
Those are just the Joe Rogan, the people that listen to Joe Rogan.
You got
the only people on the left that are saying.
I listen to Joe Rogan, but I don't subscribe to that. Yeah.
So, and then there's the middle of the road, which we could say is common sense avenue, which is, this is a virus. We were told at the beginning that it's going to take a year or two to develop a vaccine, and then if
I would say 4, but yeah.
Well, I mean, if we were to do
in a normal world,
if we were to do it properly and with all the right testing and all the clinical trials, yes, 3 to 4 years.
I understand.
But it is going to be fast tracked, and right now it's been fast tracked in Russia to the point where they hadn't even tested 100 people with this vaccine, and they rolled it out in Russia. Do you think there's going to be any side effects?
Yeah, I saw a couple of Russian scientists that resigned because they rolled it out so fast. They were like, yeah this is
so. Now, that is a totalitarian state, right? And you've got basically a dictatorship with Putin running things. And leaders are scared. They are scared that people are not spending money. When you live in a capitalist society like we do, it is very fragile. You send people home and tell them to stop going out, and you're going to start seeing some of the economy crumble. There are people that I know and I love that have bars that haven't opened in months, or they tried to open and then they shut down. I mean,
same here.
I got to tell you, my advice is stop paying your bills and just close it. Because unless you've got enough money to sustain an empty building without income for the next year. So now, is that popular opinion? No. Most people are like,
no, not at all.
Open up. Just open up. Let's get it. You know, they're having COVID parties and they're thinking that they've already had it because they had a stomach ache in October. Well, look, those people are stupid, and I love them. They're Americans just like me, and I've been putting up with stupid for a long time in this country.
Yeah,
but I'm
me and
telling
you both, brother. Me and you both, brother.
This comes down to bad leadership, and that's why I don't give a shit who the Democrats put on the ticket. I'm voting for them because I cannot vote for the status quo, which is just some cowboy firing off the hip on what he thinks is going on. And I've done the math.
It doesn't matter who is leading the country at any point. Anybody would have handled this poorly. It doesn't matter who's in office. It's the, you know, it's new, man. It's a new fucking virus. We don't know anything about it. We're trying to learn shit as quickly as possible. Nobody could have handled this right. Now, could someone have handled it better than the current regime?
Of course.
Obviously, yes. But
yeah,
nobody would have handled it well.
I mean, look, the shutdown, he was pressured into it when he was told that there could be 2 million people that die. And that's on the projections, the scientific projections. If we didn't socially distance, didn't wear masks, didn't come up with the vaccine, and we just waited for herd immunity, 2 million people, right? Those were the numbers. So then we shut down. Good job. And then they found out, yeah, and this is the conspiracy theory that I will subscribe to, but because
I thought we were talking about politics.
I'm talking about, no, you got me started.
You got Jimmy on his favorite subject at this point.
All right.
You look at who's in that White House and on that staff, and I look right squarely at Stephen Miller. I'm looking at you, Stephen Miller. You saw the statistics and you saw that white people weren't affected as much as brown people, and then they said, open it up, and then stop giving support and stop doing the testing in the blue states. It is a travesty. Now, do I want him to be investigated? Do I want this to go on? Once he's gone, I want us to never mention his name again. It was a big mistake. We hired an outsider to run this politics game that we've been watching play out right in front of our eyes for many, many years. And you know what?
If you think that you're never going to hear his name again,
he's an insider. He's the insider that, you know, we all didn't want, but like he worked his way in. He wormed his way fucking in to this presidency, man. He's the insider, not an outsider. You say outsider, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's
you say that he's the president that nobody wanted, but obviously somebody wanted. They voted this dipshit into office, so
they voted for him because he pinned himself as the outsider. I'm not a
he
politician.
did what he always does. He pandered to the people that wanted change, and just
the people that don't know what
got a
change
way.
is.
He's got a way of saying everything that the majority want to hear.
So, Johnny, am I satisfying your concerns? You know, am I seeing things with rose-colored glasses, or am I seeing them 20/20?
No, you're right. I mean, I will accept the fact that you know what you're talking about, and like you have the way, you have the gift of gab, and like you are right. At the same time, it's just so hard to understand.
Fishing for those compliments.
Listen, Johnny, it is hard to understand, and I have been for years. I have been
Kyle,
working.
Throw the number across the bottom of the screen there.
I have been working on how to solve all of the world's problems, but unfortunately, on each individual problem, I get to one.
Somebody's going fishing on the right side. I'm sorry.
Well, and it all comes down to there's one common denominator with all of the problems. We are not smart enough. We are not educated enough. And the democracy.
But we are, though. We are. I believe as a human race, like we are smart enough to like we made a bad decision, and now we're like paying for it, and now we're smart enough to like make a better decision.
Yeah,
that is my.
And for me, the paradox is, how do we work on these people that are so dug in, like they just cannot be wrong, so they've doubled down on this bet. And I've done it. Like, I've bought bad stocks. I bought them at 20 and then it went down to 10. Well, I buy double at 10 and hope it goes to 15 and I can sell and get out. There's no.
I want to see what your counterpart has to say. Can I do that, or is that
no?
Is that
you want to know what I have to say,
Dwayne? You were forbidden.
I do.
What do you want? What do you want my opinion on?
There, like, I mean, I respect your opinion, 100%. But like, I want to see what your counterpart has to say over there.
What do you think,
Dwayne? You respect Jimmy's opinion 100%. What do you want my opinion on? What exactly? Do you have a particular question you want to ask?
I just want your beliefs. You know, like what am I listening to?
You want my beliefs regarding the current social situation? Is that what you're looking for?
I'm not looking for anything. I'm just
he's
you
just
know,
trying to
I
get
come here and like I'm looking for like some sort of knowledge, some sort of you know, just presence in this world where like everything is so uncertain, and I would like to you know, just hear what you have to say. Like I don't know everything. I have no idea. So
Dwayne,
if you have something to say, like, I would like to hear it.
Dwayne comes from
nothing
a different area of the country than I do. His foundation is built a little different. It's on sticks, and it's above the flood level. But Dwayne, tell him how he can find solace, that we are going to lead him, and we need him to tune in every week for the next 5 years, because we just
you can leave me whenever you like. I mean, I'm gonna keep talking to you in circles, like whether you like it or not. But you know, you leave me whenever. I don't care.
You haven't really hit on a subject that holds my interest yet at this point. I mean,
COVID,
have
like everything is going on
doing
right
my
now.
best
Everything
to
is going
turn
on
this.
Everything
that's
going
going
on right now. Everything is like has not piqued your interest even in a little bit.
Yeah. My interest is
like,
definitely
everything's
peaked.
happening to like our American citizens that, like, you know, that we need to like focus on. Like, that hasn't happened with you yet. I'm really confused.
You're confused about what? About what I'm behind, what I support, what hashtags I'm into?
No, this is what's look, I'm gonna cut us short, because I think we got another caller on the line. But Johnny, Dwayne just is bored with the politics. It makes him mad, and he doesn't like it when he gets angry. And
I think it's overplayed, man. I think if you want to talk about what's going on in the world today, there are so many other sources that are so better educated on what we face as a country than to come to us. You know,
for sure.
We're just a couple of normal dudes, bro.
Yeah, I understand.
You know,
but like, you know, if you have another caller, like, you just let me know. It's fine.
I don't know that we have another caller. I'm not in control of the calls. I'm more than happy to talk to you. You know, what are you interested in besides what's going on in the world?
So, Johnny, what
explosions, everything, like everything is going to fuck, you know, and like, how do you? I'm here.
Everything's not going to fuck, man. Everything's not going to fuck. I think everybody's overreacting. You know, everything's on a cycle, bro. You know,
let me tell you,
I do understand that. I do understand that, and I do appreciate that sentiment. Yes, I do.
Let me tell you how everything is going to go to shit. If we stop believing in America, this is a concept. It's an ideal. It's not something you can hold and look at. It is a belief. much like Jesus, much like Moses, or is he a god? Muhammad.
You're getting biblical on me, but yeah, I understand.
That's the problem.
I'm saying
problem with beliefs. I mean, is that beliefs vary. Everybody has different beliefs, so everybody's version of America is a little bit different. You know.
But let me tell you what everybody's belief should be. It should be that
no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to tell everybody what their belief should be, bro.
I am.
You can't say that.
I am in front of the microphone, and I can tell what people are supposed to believe. And I'm telling you right now, they need to.
So am I. You don't have that right, though.
But Johnny, this is America, and we have the right to.
Johnny's boiling for a fight, is what Johnny's boiling for.
But listen, we can engage with our government through voting, but not only that, by petitioning the government.
I'm boiling for a good conversation, but you're just going off on me.
No.
A good conversation about what, though, Johnny? You don't have a stance. You know,
it's okay. He's just.
You want to know about the current situation,
Dwayne. He doesn't need a stance. He doesn't need a stance. It's not his show. It's our show. I get it. He's calling in and saying, "What are your credentials?" And I'm telling you this, Johnny. I give a shit about America. I give a shit, and I have engaged in government. Here, just right up the street, I fought for fair chance hiring for people with criminal background checks. We talked about that a little bit last week. I saw how the machine works. And the only way it works is by shaming the people that are stopping progress for the little people. And so I had my hand in helping the little people like me. Okay. And maybe you, and maybe somebody else out there that you know that has a criminal background and couldn't get an interview because they had to check a box. So we got rid of that box. We made it illegal for you to ask for your criminal background until you're identified as the top candidate. Anyway, that's legislation. And then when we did that locally, the state freaking government right there, I can see it from the roof of my building. They tried to usurp the municipality's ability to make laws to better the lives of their citizens. And we beat those motherfuckers too. So this is what I'm telling you. You got to engage. If you're just sitting at home and you're like, man, everything's so screwed up, you need to get out there and engage. So Johnny, that's
I vote. I vote. I support like my local congresswoman, like my local delegates. Like I do all those things. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's
I'm not doing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you want to tell me that I'm doing something wrong, then fucking tell me. I'm be an asshole.
You're doing a great job. But I want you to do a little extra credit. I want you to find something that you care about, something that's not going so good, something that's not working in your community, and then find other people that also aren't happy about it, and then join hands and I like it when you have me on two screens, Kyle. Do that again. And then join hands and make your community great again is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Johnny.
I work at UPS. I'm in a union. Like, what else do you need me to do? I fight for my rights as an employer, and I fight for my rights as an individual. So, like, what else am I supposed to do?
Is your neighborhood recycling?
Fight for my rights. Man, come on.
I mean, fight for recycling.
First of all, let me start off by saying thank you for being a UPS employee and being out there in the middle of all this shit and delivering the packages of the folks that need them. I appreciate you doing that kind of work.
It's not easy, but yeah, people are like definitely going that way more than others.
Let me ask you this, Johnny.
I mean, I think
Jimmy, shut up for a second.
Dwayne is saying you're Johnny, one of the real heroes.
Let me ask you this, Johnny. How are people when you go out, when you're out delivering packages? Are you interacting with folks that you're dropping packages off to?
Not so much, no.
No, you're not seeing anybody out on the streets and whatnot.
I mean, there's like a fair amount of introduction that goes in, when you have to see somebody like sitting on their patio, like wondering if the world's going to end. you know. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever ask them what's in the box? Like, do you go,
"Oh, come
what's
on."
in the box?
Are they sitting on their patio wondering if the world's going to end, or are they just sitting on the patio wondering if their UPS package is going to show up?
You know, that's a really good question. I like you a whole lot. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah,
I appreciate it,
they're probably
man.
just wondering when the next package is going to show up, and like they're probably wondering like what time it's going to come.
Is it going to come from UPS or is it going to come from USPS? Who's going to get there first?
Yeah, or Amazon or whoever. Yeah.
Amazon. What do you think about those
I like
Amazon guys?
you a
Do you
lot.
feel like they're stealing your jobs, man? These Amazon trucks just rolling around.
They took our jobs.
They're building.
No, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, you just gotta have to roll the punches, man. Everybody's got their fair share in this, and like they're gonna compete. Obviously, like we get a lot of Amazon packages through UPS, so we're just like rolling with the punches. Yeah,
sure,
everybody's.
Yeah. I mean, all the carriers. I think all the carriers benefit at some point from online sales. You know, whether it be UPS or FedEx or DHL or fucking whoever. You know, USPS.
DHL. I haven't heard that in a long time.
DHL.
I got a lot of packages from China over the years. DHL was like a good go-between for getting shit from China.
Yeah. Johnny, where are you living? You in Austin or are you?
Yeah, I'm here in Austin, man. I'm sorry to totally derail your like.
It's all right.
Y'all were on a good path, and I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to like be that guy.
Don't apologize.
We try real hard to put on a good show, Johnny. I didn't feel I don't want you to feel like I was attacking you or anything, man. I just didn't feel like you had a well thought out question. Was my problem.
and maybe I didn't, but my question to you was like, what are you actually doing with your show? And that may be like a serious question.
I can answer that for you real easy, man. I'm trying.
Stop. Wait, Dwayne.
You can stop, yeah.
No, this is my show. You don't tell me to stop on my show. I tell you to stop. So you stop talking and let me explain.
Okay. Yeah.
What the point of this show is supposed to be. All right. Now the point of this show.
I love you even more, man.
Okay, Dwayne.
If you love me, you'll stop talking. Okay.
Tell him.
The point of this show is supposed to be a little dab of entertainment. It's not like it used to be in the world, man. You can't go out to the Lone Star Bar on a Saturday night and do karaoke with your buddies like you used to.
Yeah.
We want to try and give people a little bit of entertainment in their lives during this really difficult time, man. You're in the camp. You said it yourself. People are out there on their front porches, man, smoking a pipe, wondering, is the world gonna fucking end?
Look,
it's not. It's gonna go on. Jimmy, shut up. It's gonna go on. It's gonna plod along. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna survive for more years than we can care to enumerate. And then an asteroid's gonna fucking hit us and blow this whole planet to shit. And it's not going to matter anymore. And it may not be when I'm alive. It may not be when you're alive. It may not be when your kids' kids are alive. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. And all we want to do is make people happy on a Saturday night. That's it. That's all.
Okay. So,
all right, you guys, let me bust in here real quick. We got to move on with the rest of the show. Johnny, you're awesome.
I'm surprised y'all haven't cut me off already.
I'm cutting you off.
It's been requested quite a few times. I've gotten like 30 text messages in the last 5 minutes.
Thank you. Well, thank you for like understanding and like just like sitting with me for a second and realizing, that I'm
You're
here.
overreacting. I get it.
No,
I'm calling in because I care.
I think. Listen,
I really wanted to talk to y'all.
You and Dwayne are like two ships passing in the night. I don't think you are understanding how much you're simpatico together. But look, Johnny, I appreciate it. We're all on this journey together. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you, Johnny.
Bye, Johnny.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for calling.
What else we got?
All right, I've got a few.
Is it the hang-up
I've got
noise?
that was the hang up noise. I've got a few voicemails. Let's see.
Hey, Jimmy and friends, what the hell's going on over here? Just get some rant texts about calling this number. All right, coming back.
All right.
Obviously, it's a shit show.
Oh, and then here. Oh, wait. Here it is. Here you go.
Totally calling your number. Nobody's answering. How dare you have this number flashing across the screen and no one's answering it? He would answer. I mean, seriously, it's the least you could do.
Now you see, that's good advertising. See the bookmark I made today? Check out this bookmark I made today, Jimmy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hey, real quick, let's go to my slideshow.
Get a close up of that, Kyle.
Okay.
Oh shit. Hold on a second. We've got a phone call.
Okay,
I'm just gonna answer it live. We're just answering it live. Hello, this is the least you could do.
Hey.
Who's this?
Jimmy.
Yo,
Jimmy.
Caleb.
Oh, okay. There you
What's
go.
happening?
What's up? You're in Ohio?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm in. We're in New York now.
Okay. You're doing this is my buddy Caleb, also known as Redbeard, also known as, what else do they call you?
Weird Beard.
Weird Beard. That's it. He's in the what kind of industry are you in? Events?
Well, because of COVID, I'm a box boy in the Amazon warehouse now.
How is life during COVID? Are you doing okay? How's the traveling going? Are you stressed out, or do you think this is a Chinese hoax?
What was that last one? Do I think the Chinese are to blame?
Yeah.
No, I don't think the Chinese are to blame.
Okay, good. Night, Johnny.
Yeah. No.
Oh, hi, Sherry.
You know what? Just go out and get food. You know, like you got to call ahead. You got to eat in parks or make a little picnic in the back of the van. I mean, it's a little different.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good though, right?
Yeah.
You get to commune with nature a little bit more. You know, it's better than sitting
Lots
inside a
of
stuffy
inside.
restaurant.
Caleb.
Well, I'm in an Amazon warehouse now, so it's not getting to nature compared to my old job of being in a park for my job.
Right, right. Now you're heading to New York. You got a long-term gig, or is this a short-term gig?
We're hopping from warehouse to warehouse.
I'm so. Can you tell us anything about that work, or are you going to get fired if you tell us?
It's nothing like that. It's just really boring. Installing things on shelves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
they're building warehouses everywhere, like crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
not far from me.
I'm happy to hear from you. I just want to let you know, when you come to Austin, you can't stay here.
Good to know.
But hey, thanks for calling in. Love you so much. We'll talk to you soon. You should listen to the show more often. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Tell everybody to subscribe on YouTube, Caleb.
Is that your plug to the group here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good talking to you too.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
He called with no agenda. He had texted me, and I told him to call the number. It's the same thing I did with Don from Don's Automotive, the founder of Don's Automotive, 40 years in South Austin, bringing you the finest.
Don didn't call on accident. You set that up.
Yeah, he called me, and then I did the reply with, "Call me at this number." Do we have my links?
Sure.
You have links?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'll
not links, but this is something that I probably should have done earlier in the week. This is like the
oh yeah, totally.
The I should have, number one, told Kyle about it. That
you probably should have shot something,
and then
a message,
and then also
message to me too.
I have a very diverse group of friends on Facebook, and I'm exposed to a lot of crazy stuff. So I don't know if we can rapid pace go through a couple of these, as we only have a couple more minutes. Now next week we got a couple guests.
This is nothing that's going to get us called out by YouTube or Facebook again like last week.
No videos.
They're not videos. They're just pictures.
We got chided by the Guinness World Record people. Oh
okay.
My goodness.
All right.
Nice
Yep, that is something. All right, next. That's how you get through the pandemic in a healthy way. Now look at this. This is somebody who was making tacos at home. Now you know they call me Taco Jesus. It was, what is that? Buffalo shrimp tacos?
Yeah.
No.
Are those shrimp
just like Mama used to make?
They call me Taco Jesus, but those
shrimp don't look cooked.
All right, next. Okay, we got a problem at work sometimes with tools disappearing, so I got these signs for the boys to put on their toolboxes.
I'll tell you, as a former mechanic,
there's nothing worse.
99% of the time, you are your own culprit. You are the one who misplaced your own tool.
But how many minutes of yelling at everybody and getting mad and banging things around?
Oh yeah. Hey, I'll tell you a funny story, Jimmy. I was test riding a customer's bike when I was still working in the industry, and got in a little accident, got hurt. I was out of work for a little bit, and the guys at the shop had ordered all the parts to repair the gentleman's bike who I crashed, and I went in to make sure that everything was right, make sure, because I'm that kind of guy,
right?
And the first thing that I was asked was, yo, man, please throw some tools, yell some curse words so that things can get back to normal here. It's been strange. So yeah, throwing tools, looking for tools that you misplaced. You have to throw them.
Next slide, Kyle.
You have to curse a lot.
Oh, yeah. I do this a lot. Like I will start to write a post. When I die, please put, he never once nominated anybody for one of those 10 days of bullshit nobody cares about posts on Facebook. I didn't post it, but I took a screenshot. Now you're getting subjected to it. All right, next slide. Help, I'm white. In case you know. All right, next
slide for you.
This one. Let's support the post office. If half the adults in the U.S. bought a sheet of stamps, around $11, it would raise over $1.5 billion. Go and buy a sheet of stamps. Go buy some forever stamps.
Well, you know what? If the Postal Service would start making cool stamps again, and not these just shit, I got an eagle with an American flag stamp. I need something good. Give me some.
This
good
is
stamps.
awesome. This wish. Why do they think I need this? A clear bra, but I do. But
you do need this. You were not wearing a shirt at the beginning of the show last week, and obviously you do need this. Preferably not a clear one.
Oh my God, I saw this, and tomorrow. This is on my plan. I'm gonna go get some of those Olive Garden breadsticks, and you put a hot dog in it.
I'm gonna do that.
This is gonna change your life, people.
Good idea.
Olive Garden breadsticks with hot dogs in it. You could probably do kielbasa if you wanted. Okay, what else we got? Yeah, Rick and Morty. They're one of the best shows on town.
What is she reading? No. Don't glance over that shit. Can you zoom in on that or something so we can see what she's reading?
It's War and Peace.
That's not thick enough to be War and Peace. You're full of shit.
She's got.
Look at that's super bold text too. I
can't zoom in any further.
It looks like it's redacted.
Morse code.
It's a picture.
It looks like it's redacted.
Look at those back dimples. Like, guys, back dimples.
It looks like she's got an upside down face.
Yeah,
okay, we got 1 minute.
That's objectification, guys. Nice.
The spread of coronavirus is based on two factors. One, how dense the population is, and two, how dense the population is. Okay. Yeah. And that's important. Okay, one more, and then we're out of here. Okay, so thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for everybody that called in and communicated with us. I want to get more of your phone calls. Johnny, do not Do not think that we were attacking you. I appreciate it. We just didn't get off on the right foot.
Just
next
call
time
him with better questions next time.
Yeah, don't beat him
Think
up.
about
You
him.
know,
Think about him.
Yeah. But the least we could do, please go to our YouTube page, subscribe to the page. I need like another 60 people to subscribe so I can name the stupid channel. Love all of y'all. Thank you so much, Dwayne. Thank you so much, Kyle.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for listening. Another wonderful show.
Truly.
And hopefully we're coming back. Is it next Saturday, Kyle?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be on a budgeted show next week.
Yeah.
Kyle won't be able to work as much magic as he normally works, but he'll still work some magic.
You guys got the magic now in your fingertips.
I'm the magic man.
Yes, sir.
It's like
yes, sir.
I'm abracadabra. My new thing is abracadabra. Now you see me. Now you don't.
I still heard you though.
Oh, okay. Thank you, everybody. The least we could do.
Good night.